Well, welcome everybody, and welcome to this podcast of the New Zealand Christian Network. And today we have Stuart Lange, our National Director, speaking about oneness in Christ.
Kia ora tātou. What is our oneness in Christ? The oneness of all believers in Christ is a spiritual reality which God in His grace has already given us. So if we do belong by faith to Christ, we believers are already one in Christ, sharing the same Spirit, the same salvation, the same call to follow Christ, and the same future glory. As Augustine said, if we belong to the head, we also belong to the same body. But how much we cherish and nurture that oneness in Christ is something that depends in part on us. And the scriptures in Ephesians 4:3 urge us to be eager to maintain the unity of the Spirit. What erodes our sense of oneness in Christ? So many things. Our dispersion around the world in countless different languages and cultures and places. Our isolation in separate local churches. Our denominational distinctives and, dare I say it, our denominational pride. And our prejudices that other churches are defective or even spiritually lifeless. Our disagreements, sometimes justified, with other Christians on key matters of doctrine, and our disagreements on lesser matters. Our adoption sometimes of polarizing views or unbiblical ideologies, and a failure to listen or to interact with one another with gentleness and respect. Our tendency to assume others' failings or to regard some people with disdain or to speak negatively about them. All these things erode our sense of oneness in Christ. So what strengthens our oneness in Christ? Being more serious and less selective about loving one another, John 13 and elsewhere. Bearing with one another in love, putting up with one another in love, Ephesians 4. With the Lord's help, being willing to forgive, again Ephesians 4. Praying for one another, including those that we consider our enemies, Matthew 5. Having a generous heart towards those Christian believers who we think may have got some things wrong, Romans 15. Majoring on what we have in common rather than quarrelling about matters where we differ, Romans 14. Seeing other churches not as rivals or competitors, Philippians 2, but as part of the same team, those who we want to help build up. Seeking fellowship with believers from other churches and denominations. And joining with believers from other churches and denominations in prayer, in shared mission, evangelism, and service to others. These are things that strengthen, that foster that wonderful oneness in Christ. God bless.